story at all. It probably is for the communities, but not for us. We're not going to talk about that. The kids may talk about it, but that's not what our goal is. And whenever we get to week 10, there's a whole lot that has to happen before that, but it'll be focused on how we beat Mildred.
There's a little football between now and then.
Oh yeah,
We'll
quite
let
a bit.
Weeks ago,
Quite a bit.
coaches shows go. But tell us about your scrimmage. You guys scrimmaged on Thursday night. Had you come out healthy, and what happened?
We did come out healthy. We scrimmaged Cold Spring Oakhurst. Their coach only been on the scene about 3 or 4 weeks. So he called me right before the scrimmage, said, "Coach, we forgot to buy batteries for film." I said, "I got you, Coach." So I knew he's trying to get it going. But I thought it answered some questions. You know, in the inner squad, I had some concerns that I wanted to see if they were true concerns or not when we played another opponent. Our physicality, our relentless effort running to the football. And as soon as there was another team on the other sideline, we got those questions answered. And I can sleep a little better now. I've been sleeping better since the scrimmage, just because if you don't have those two things, you're in trouble as a football team.
On Fairfield. But I know that everybody's got a scrimmage under their belt now. Everybody's got one more coming up before the week 1 game comes up. I always am amazed by this at our coaches, and y'all's flexibility with us is unprecedented. We thank you for that. But I want to know, what do you guys, before that scrimmage starts in the hot August sun, what is it? Do you look for personnel? Do you look for game schemes that might come up? What do you look for that we might not be looking for? Coach Becker, we'll start with you.
Well, I think Coach Linscomb mastered it. You got to be physical, and you got to run to the football. You got to play hard. But we would like to work on what we do. So our base offense, we're gonna run it, and hopefully, eventually, like the longer we go, we can put more stuff in. But we got to run what we do and stay committed to who we are. Defense, we're going to run our defense, and we want to be. If you play these guys, you better be physical, or you're in trouble. So, yeah, we want to. We focus on us. I don't really care who we play. When you ask Coach that question about his district, man, you play those 10 games that are on your schedule. It don't matter who's on it. You go line up and play it. So, so we worry about us, and that's the only thing we really can control.
Yeah, much the same. I mean, we're running our base stuff. You can't get to the bells and whistles if you can't play your base. So we don't really, we're not scheming scrimmages. We're looking at formations defensively to make sure we put our kids in good position to have a chance to make plays, and that we're not just giving them something easy. But so you have to adjust to them a little bit, but that's the extent going into scrimmages. The second scrimmage, what you had for us, we didn't have any live portion in the first one. Second one, we're having live. So then we get into headsets and procedural things that we just got to clean up and knock the dust off and get ready to go. But not so much scheming an opponent.
One thing that we was looking to see how we was going to face adversity. And we had about 3 or 4 penalties in that first drive on that 17-play drive, and they answered. We kept getting penalized, and we went for it on 4th 3 times, and we finally scored. So, so I want to see how they was going to face adversity, and they did a good job answering.
Coach, let's go to come back to you real quick here. You graduated some pretty solid talent out of your team last year. You fought some tough battles. Injuries were an issue, but you've got a good solid core coming back. What was priority 1 when you entered training at the 1st of August?
Man, we have some really good kids, like you said, high character guys. I wanted to spread it to as many kids as we could. So let leaders be leaders. We have a 12-member leadership council now, the biggest one we've ever had. And I want them to touch and affect 7th grade, 6th graders. Our guys are great with the young kids, and they do it the right way. So they may not be talking to the kids all the time, but those kids are watching them, and they do a great job of setting the example.
Let me ask you, how did the Leadership Council come to be?
We've always had one, actually. It comes from, we stole it from UMHB when Coach Hadaway was there, and we had it in Cuero. We instilled it here, and it's just slowly started growing in our character development and our program. they're a major part, and we give them, they have a lot of say-so in things we do and how we do it. If they don't like something, they come to me, and sometimes I say no, but I listen, and they can come up with some crazy ideas sometimes, believe it or not. But we have a solid group of leaders that they're going to be the heartbeat of our team this year.
Is there somebody on that leadership council? Is there one of those leaders that you feel maybe goes unrecognized for what they do?
They're all recognized by us, but we're we over me. So that's what we preach. So that they're a council. There's probably a few big leaders in that group, but it's about the whole, not an individual.
Let me ask you this, and this is one of those odd questions. Do you feel the team has something to prove this year? Because it is now officially your team. Has been for 4 years now, but this really is.
I don't know that we have any more to prove than we do every year. I mean, our years, we want to reach our potential. Last year was a letdown to us from the point of we didn't get a chance to reach our potential. And you can say injuries, you can say it'd be just like saying officials, but in the end, you fell short of reaching your potential. And for me as a coach, you measure success by year in and year out. Did you reach the potential of that team? So this is a new team, and we have a new set of goals. The standard didn't change, but we want to go reach our potential. And whatever hiccups, injuries, anything like that, knock on wood, that come along the way, it's next man up, and let's go to work.
All right, Coach Bechtel, the senior coach of this group here.
This means I'm out.
He's throwing shots.
I'm not sure where he's headed with that.
You get a 5% discount on your meal. Given your career as a coach, how do you keep a team hungry?
You know, a lot of that is team led. I mean, they're hungry. Hopefully it's by tradition. You know, everybody that puts on that helmet has stake in it. You know, we were talking about last night after the scrimmage was over. You know, you play for you play for us, you play for the community, and you play for the ones that have come and put that stuff on before. So it's a standard. They both said it. We say it a little bit different, but it's all still a standard that you get, and that standard is the hunger for the game. Really, right now, it's exciting. I mean, this is an exciting time of year. You know, I know Coach being the first year over there, man, football's football, man. It doesn't matter what year you're in, it is exciting. I mean, Coach has been there 4 years. Each time you start, man, it is, you don't know. And that's the drug right there, you know. You have to wait till you get out there and see what's going to happen. And you don't know what's going to happen. You know, I laughed. I was talking to Coach Linscomb right before we started. I said, man, we're pretty dumb. We put our lives into 15, 16, 17-year-old kids,
Absolutely.
you know, to make a catch or a tackle or whatever that is. But, man, it is, I think it's the best job ever.
Now, they wouldn't let me ask you your game plan against each other, and Buzz will address the 3-week war. So, I'm kind of out of things to say, but there's one thing that I wanted to ask you guys. And, you know, I'll do a coach's show with Coach Horsley. Buzz will do one with you guys as the season progresses. And we don't get a chance to address this, and I want to see what you guys think. These kids have role models. Everybody has them. Who they look up to, professional athletes, parents, or what have you. I want to know who your role models were and are as you guys go through your coaching career. And we'll just start with whoever wants to. Coach Horsley, you want to start with that?
Yeah, my role model was my dad growing up. He was a blue-collar guy, went to work, had his own lawn care business. I've never seen him take a day off. He's still working to this day. He's 60-something. So that was my role model. Hard-working man. And I want to be like him one day. So that's my role model.
There you go.
Yeah, I think I have a two-part answer there. And in my private life or as a man, it'd be my grandfather, Michael Linscomb. As probably an athlete that gave me a love for the game, number 19, Refugio, Texas, Willie Mack Garza. Started at the University of Texas as a freshman. I had every number 19 jersey that existed. still remember his 11 carries for 311 yards against Fremont in the playoffs. And I was probably barely big enough to eat. So I think it's two part, but I was never fast or near as good as Willie Mack Garza, but dang it, I tried.
Not many were.
Yeah.
Not many were.
Yeah.
And mine's my dad. I mean, hands down. He's, I grew up in the I was in the locker room. I was getting stuffed in a locker or whatever, but I was always up there. I got to see how the kids looked up to him and how I looked up to him. And I want to be like him one day. So, yeah. Good question.
Special here real quick, because you and I get a chance to talk a lot off air, off microphone. And we talk about some personal items. We talk about the personality of ourselves. We talk about the personality of our teams. And we talk about this quite a bit. Every team you've had has its own personality. Have you found this group's personality?
We're still finding it.
Okay. What did you find some last night?
So yes, we still got a lot of growth to do. We learned a whole lot last night. We didn't know. So we had 3 coming back on defense. So we got 8 new starters. Most of them hadn't played a varsity down. So, man, when we got out there, and you guys know what I'm saying when I say eyeballs are about this big. and as a coach, when they're that big, it's kind of scary because they don't know. They're like, hey, man, calm down, guys. Hey, but once they got out there and started doing it, what you do in practice, you want it to take hold in a game. It started happening. It's a whole lot faster in the game than it is in practice. These guys know that. It's good. So I don't know who we are just yet, but we're starting to see where that is. And that's exciting to see because each group has its own personality.
Right. Coach Linscomb, you talked about your crew being very coachable, wanting to learn.
Yes. Yeah. And I think what's so evident to me, and I'm sure our coaches will agree, is our guys, like this group genuinely loves each other. And that's pretty dang powerful. They're willing to do whatever it takes for each other. And I think we're going to have to lean on that at times during the season. And but it's become evident. It was evident in off season. It was evident in boot camp. And it's just showing the way we've approached two-a-days. And you usually have some bad days in there that coaches are dragging, players are dragging, and I just haven't felt it or seen it yet. It's really just how they love each other and care about each other.
All right, Coach Horsley, same question for you.
Yeah. So we're trying to develop some leaders. We got a couple leaders. They quite don't know how to lead in the right way yet, but we got some guys that's trying to lead. Right now we're a coach-led team, but eventually as the season get going, we want to be a player-led team. So we're trying to develop those leaders and just find out who are the leaders. We got a couple guys that have stepped up, make some plays for us. And as coaches, we kind of got an idea who's going to be the leaders. We're just waiting for those guys to take that next step and kind of take it over.
I know that everybody's. I know that the 3-week war that Buzz mentioned is something that we all want to talk about, and I want to get there pretty quick. But there's one other thing that I wanted to add to kind of the laces of the coaches. If all 3 of you guys would do that, we talked about your role models. We talked about who you guys looked up to. But all 3 of you, as Jackie mentioned, have been on the grand stage in some capacity or the other. Who do you guys look forward, and who's the first call that you make when that success story happens? I know Coach Bechtel and Coach Linscomb, Coach Horsley have all been there. But now that you guys hit programs up, when you reach that pinnacle moment, who is your first call? Anyone first?
Well, my parents will be there, so I won't be calling them. But
You can shout from the sideline. That's totally fine.
It'll probably be Coach Surratt. We talk every day. He's been there for me. I left his program twice. He's been there every single day when I left. So it'll probably be Coach Surratt.
Okay.
I couldn't. It would be Hadaway, but I don't have to call him. And we've been on the stage together and won it together. And first thing we did was both sit in our locker and make this video that we both got on our phone together. But it'd be Travis Reef, who showed me and him the ropes. And that's what I think's phenomenal about these two guys is all three of us we were blessed in our career to get to be a part of programs for legendary coaches. And we got to see and live the blueprint of how you build a successful program. So when we go in and talk to our kids, we're telling them, we have a plan that if you follow it, it's proven. So many coaches have to convince their kids that their ideas are good. These guys don't have to do that. Like we've been there, we've seen it, we've lived it. So just trust the process. And if you'll buy into that, you're going to be successful. You're going to have a good program. And that's why it's scary playing these guys. Like you got to have a little, you got to have a little intestinal fortitude to be willing to schedule the guys around here because it's going to be tight games. It's going to be physical games. And you still got to get your kids to district where the money is. So, but they scare me because I know their pedigree. And we're all blessed to be able to sit here and say that.
Beckham?
You know, it would have been my dad, but he'd have been with me. Then last year it'd have been Coach Childers, but now he's back. I don't know who I would call because most of my people are here. So, you know, it's a family. You know, I know everybody says it's a family thing. You know, every program will say, you know, faith, family, football. Yeah. Ours, man, mine is family. My whole family lives here. And then we've been here for a while, which is just a blessing. And the community's a family. So these are our people. These are the people I want to know that we want to be successful for them, really.
And Coach Bechtel, what does it mean to you to have Coach Childers back on the sideline?
You know Coach Childers. Some of these people know Coach Childers. So Coach Childers he's like a little bit grumpy, right?
A little bit.
A little bit.
So when he left for a year, and now he's back, and I ain't seen that guy smile so much in my life. I told him it's getting kind of creepy, man. I need you to be chill. It's been fun. It has been fun. Our coach's office is we do our work and we have fun doing it. And that's man, that's awesome.
Coach Horsley, if there was one thing you could take from either one of these two teams, what would it be?
Just how hard they play. Both of their teams play hard. I watched them on film. They're very disciplined. They line up good. They got good eyes. And just how hard their teams play and how much character their teams got. Yes, sir.
All right, Coach Linscomb, if you could take one thing from either of these two, what would that be?
Take some of their speed first, of course. But
Hey, you can't coach speed.
I mean, it's hard for me to answer on Coach Horsley just because we don't know each other yet. I haven't got to see one of his teams in action. I've heard great things, and he's doing all the things. People would ask me when the job was open, what does Mahia need? And I didn't so much say a person, but I said what the coach was going to have to be willing to do and go through, and then they would be scary. And from everything I've heard, he's doing those things, but it's chopping a big tree down. Like he's chopping at it. I know he is, but he's taking them on head first. So maybe just the guts to do what has to be done and I know how hard it is. So I respect that immensely. From Coach Bechtel, man, he's a great person. He's a good friend of mine. In this business, there's guys who do things the right way. And I just hope when I look back on my head coaching career, I can say exactly what Coach Bechtel can say. And when I hang up my whistle, that I did it the right way.
Coach Bechtel?
You know, these, and I don't know Coach over at Mahia yet, what they're going to do, but I counter what Coach said. I think he's doing a super job. He does. He's got guts. I mean, these are hard situations, and really, it's tough to be an athletic director and a head football coach. I know it doesn't seem like it is, but man, it's tough. There's decisions you make every single day that are hard decisions to make, but you have to make them. So, man, but I love playing these two guys because the one thing I love about it is all of our people know each other. I mean, they know each other. So they
Probably
play.
related.
You're probably related. Probably, really, and I consider Coach Linscomb a really good friend as well, which in our business isn't really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, first of all, it's a tribute to you three gentlemen. I know you're not gonna pat yourselves on the back, so I'm gonna do it for you. Is you guys have a whole bunch of assistant coaches out on the other side of that camera that came not only just to be here. I know you told them at the golf course that you were gonna buy 18 holes apiece, right? But maybe somehow you guys got them here, and that's a tribute to you gentlemen to have them here. So now then, I want to ask you this before we get into you guys playing each other and the 3-week, really a brutal non-district schedule for all three of you. There's a difference in community expectation and coaching office expectation. Right? Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to win state every year.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to be 10-0, district champions, 4 rounds deep at least in the playoffs, or else it's an unsuccessful season. That's what the community says sometimes. And I know at Fairfield, in every sport, there's an expectation. Teague is getting that expectation. Mahia is getting that expectation. How do you juggle that side of it as an athletic director to say, okay, here's what the expectation is, and here's what the realism is? I'd like to hear from you guys on that.
I'd say that it's daily.
Okay.
I mean, the expectation is to be great every single day, to get better every single day. I know it's cliche, you get 1% better every day, but you chop wood and you carry water every day. And if you do that, then you're going to give yourself a chance. But I'm probably speaking for all three of us. Our expectation is probably higher than the community's
Oh, okay.
for ourselves and our teams. We live and die on every play, like literally. But it's a daily grind. It's not okay, we got this going. He was talking about injuries last year. We were happy he had injuries. But nobody really cares. I know it. So when he goes through it, I'm like, man, dude, I'm sorry you got, but in the end, we're going to play them. We're going to play them. And we know what we all got going on, but man, people are looking for results. So that's the difference. We're trying to get our kids to be the best player they can be. I was talking to a guy last night, and I said, man, he looked at me, he gave up a touchdown. And I said, I wished you believed in you as much as I believe in you. Because that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with kids that want to do it, but sometimes they make mistakes. And mistakes nowadays aren't like, I know they're the same as when we made them, but it's different now than it
on every media
was back then. So, so those expectations is trying to get that kid, because it's about relationships, guys. You got to have relationships with these kids. Now, you got to push them as hard as you possibly can, because they don't want to do half the stuff you want them to do. But if they believe in you, they're going to try to reach that where you're trying to take them, because they really want to get there.
Yeah, and if you're asking the question from the angle of the community expectations and the coaches' expectations not being aligned, for me, the way or the pressure that comes with whatever the community's wanting and thinks should happen, it's more of a inner circle mentality, that it's the guys who are in the fire with me that I'm concerned. But there's no more pressure coming on me than from me, but it's because I don't want to let them down. I don't want to let our guys, our kids down. Aaron Rodgers said it. He said, man, people are going to talk about you. You got to have some thick skin, but the way you handle it is whoever's talking about you, if they're not somebody that you would ask for advice, then what they have to say really doesn't matter. And I wish I knew that a long time ago, because it really bothered me for a long time. But and not that we're human. I mean, we hear it. It bothers us. But as long as you worry about who's in your inner circle, the whole circle of the wagons, and take care of those people and make sure they're okay, then your heart and your mind are in the right place.
As far as community expectation, Mahia is very passionate about their sport, so they expect a lot, and we expect a lot out of our players too. So, but as far as in the locker room, my expectation is we just want to win a daily bout every day. We preach it every day, just get better every day, and that's our goal. And as far as pressure, yeah, you don't know what pressure is until you work in Carter's program. So, and we're trying to establish that pressure here in Mahia. I told my coaches since day one that I'm going to put pressure on the coaches, and I expect the coaches to put pressure on the players, and players are going to be resilient. They're going to step up. They don't know nothing else but to step up, so they're going to be resilient. So we're trying to get pressure in our program, and if we can make pressure in our program, I think the kids will respond.
Pressure's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's go to the 3-week war, gentlemen.
Let's do it.
3 in a row. 3 of the best games on the entire calendar, in my opinion. September 4, Fairfield at Teague. September 11, Teague at Mahia. And September 18, Mahia at Fairfield. Gentlemen, which program has the biggest home field advantage?
I'm going to say Black Cat Field.
I'm taking Tig on the way.
Y'all all know it's Fairfield.
Oh.
But these home fields, they do, in my opinion, I feel like they have an advantage. Mahia Black Cat Field has a certain mystique about it. You can never go into that game unprepared.
And
Especially on Halloween.
yeah, and I've played.
Especially on Halloween.
I've played in these games enough, or coaching these games enough now that I'm not so sure it matters because we're so close. Like the stadium atmosphere is electric, in any time we all play each other, and that's why I think it's so important we do play, whether we're in the same division or not. It's important to all the people sitting out here in our communities. Like, and what's on the line is bragging rights. We're truly all trying to sharpen each other as a team, so when we get to district, we can do what we need to do, and that's why we're scheduling each other. It's really a sign of respect, and I know when I set up our preseason is we wanted a really good preseason to make sure we were ready to go do the big things we want to do, and these guys are on the schedule because of it. I told you before we started filming that last year we were lucky enough to go into Mahia and sneak one out. But that game was very, very costly to us, and it really affected our whole season. Like you asked me now, hindsight, if I could have, we could have taken an L in that game, and I had those 3 kids back for the rest of the year that we lost in that game, I would have traded that because it would have made our path totally different. So I know those games are very, very important to everybody in the communities, but I also know that these guys' goals and my goals are bigger than just beating each other. We want to go be relevant on the regional and state level playing football.
They're fun. It's a rivalry.
Oh, they're fun Friday nights, no doubt about it.
They are fun. The whole week's fun. I mean, and I'm not sure if it's more fun for the older people than it is for the younger people.
Yeah.
I mean, because they really know what a rivalry is. Younger guys, if they know people from the other team, they think, like when I grew up, man, we went and played Waco University. I went to Waco Midway. We went and played Waco University. We didn't like them. Well, we knew them, but we didn't like them because that's just how you were taught back in those days. You go play and you try to get somebody. But now rivalry's a different thing nowadays. So these games right here are huge.
It opened my eyes to how big all these games are. When our first year here, we got into the playoffs and they call me and say we're having a team party, and we're getting ready for our first playoff game. I was like, what are we having a team party for? And they said, well, we beat everybody in the Tri-County area. What is it? Okay, all that did was set stage, and now we get to go play for real. But I get it. It's small town Texas football, and it's the bloodline of the communities, and just such a sense of pride. I totally understand why it's so important.
Yep, I haven't been able to experience the football side of things in Mahia yet, but I can tell you what, in basketball, when I got here, those fans were passionate. And if we can get them fans just as passionate about basketball as football.
Referred to as the District of Doom.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
you know a little something about rivalries, though.
Oh, yes, sir. Gilmer, Carthage, Henderson,
Pick a team.
Yeah, everybody versus Carthage.
That's right.
So up here, which one is the hardest to get ready for?
He don't know yet.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a setup
I'm
question.
gonna say
That's
hopefully
bulletin
us.
board material if he answers the wrong way.
Say hopefully us because we're gonna get in a bunch of different formations. Last night we ran 30 plays and jumped in 15 different formations. So
We're
hopefully
gonna
we're
get
the
another
hardest
board
to
ready.
prepare
We're
for.
gonna need 2 boards.
Coach Linscomb, which of these two is the toughest one to get ready for?
And realizing the outcome is yet to be played. They make their mind up, and it'll affect their effort if you let it. So, in a good way or a bad way. So, it's about the process, like both these guys through the week to be ready to go.
And I haven't experienced yet because I haven't took my first L as a head coach. But I try to prepare myself and my quarterback every day. I tell the quarterback, hey, when we win, is the Black Cats won, but when we lose, Coach Orschland the quarterback. So I'm trying to prepare him. And I can tell you from experience as far as this, I know Coach Surratt, he's won 11 state championships in 18 years. And when he don't win it, they're on Facebook ready to fire him. So, and that's the best coach in Texas. So I can imagine.
All right, one final question, gentlemen. We haven't started the season yet, but when the season is over, what do you want people to say about your football team? Coach Orschland?
It's not what I want them to say. They're going to say that they play hard and they competed. They're going to say that about them Hell Black Cats.
All right, Coach Linscomb.
I want to say that it's not my football team. Like, head coaches get way too much credit. Like, the guys sitting over there and the guys on our staff, like, they're the engine that makes us what we are and holds the standard on a daily basis. They're boots on the ground every day. And when I'm in a meeting or something pops up and I've got called to this, I don't have to blink and wonder if the standard's being upheld in TIG. It's being upheld by those two guys sitting back there, Richard Gunnels and Jordan Hadaway. So I feel like we're at the point that we have programmed to display what we're about every Friday night. You know, I hear teachers all the time talking about coaches don't get evaluated. Bullcrap. We get evaluated every Friday night. And the social media we're speaking on, it's posted for everybody to see. That scoreboard is our evaluation every single Friday night. And just because it goes your way on one Friday, it can turn just as quick the next Friday when the scoreboard says something different. So it's not my program, it's our program. But the only way we can show you what we're about is when you turn on film or you're sitting in the stands, you get to see what we're about.
That's right. I mean, we control our effort and our attitude. And that's what I want them to see. I want them to see good effort, good attitude. And if that happens, man, you give yourself a chance to win every Friday night.
All right. Gentlemen, thank y'all very much, man. It's been a great time. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and insights with us. And I know we're looking forward to a great football season because it's always fun here in the Tri-County area.
Yes, sir. Go Lions.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you to the Water Tower Podcast, guys, for this opportunity. Thanks to Tri-County Golf Club and Scott Matt.
Thank you very much. Thanks, gentlemen. We'll see you football season.
Yes, sir, you too.
Good job.